Nestlé provides you with tastier and healthier everyday choices to enhance your quality of life. Nestlé, good food, good life.
Iron deficiency is the most common cause of anemia worldwide, and women and children are most at risk. We spoke to hematologist Dr. Narwar to learn about the condition.
Iron deficiency anemia is a nutritional anemia, which is the most common cause of anemia, caused by usually chronic blood loss. The treatment would be in the form of iron supplementation on the one hand side, and on the other hand side finding the cause of the chronic blood loss.
Although iron supplementation is usual for the treatment of iron deficiency, it is important not to overload the body, as overdosing on iron can potentially have adverse effects.
Any person can get it. The most important is that subtle symptoms like fatigue should never be overseen, and then rather seek medical help earlier than later. One of the major causes are dysfunctional bleeding in women, which can be sorted out by a good gynecological consultation and hormonal therapy if needed, and also a good diet with enough iron content would be a way to prevent severe iron deficiency.
Most of us get our daily intake of iron from our food. However, dietary restrictions, fussy eating, or simply not realizing that your diet may be slightly unbalanced can lead to iron deficiency.
Many South Africans have a low iron count, which can lead to anemia. But today, Kelly's going to show us a recipe that's not only great tasting, but also high in iron and perfect for anemics. Kelly, where do we get iron from in our food?
There are two major types of iron in our food. So there's heme iron, which is like the animal iron. It's the type that we have in our bodies. And you get it from meat and poultry and fish. Then there's non-heme iron, which you get from vegetable and plant sources. So legumes and vegetables that contain a little bit more iron. It's really nice to get both sources in your diet, but the non-heme iron is slightly harder to absorb and to use than the heme iron. So although it's really possible to use inexpensive foods and plant sources of iron, you do need to make sure you're getting enough of it and that you're absorbing it properly.
How can we help the body to absorb the vegetable iron better?
Meat, fish and poultry help you to absorb iron, so it's nice to mix vegetable sources of iron with some meat. But you don't have to do that. You can also eat the vegetable sources of iron with some vitamin C and with some acid foods, and that helps you to absorb that.
So what are you going to make?
I'm making ostrich kebabs with a side of chickpeas. So I'll start with the ostrich kebabs because the meat needs to marinate for about 20 minutes. In this bowl I've got some tomato puree and mixing in there 1 onion, which is roughly chopped, and some spices. So in here I've got cumin, coriander and cinnamon and some salt. I have 1 clove of garlic and a tablespoon of honey going in there. Mix them around, put the cubed meat in there, and I'll let it sit for about 20 minutes, and when you're making up the kebabs before you grill them, you can put a little slice of the onion on there between the pieces of meat.
Why are you using ostrich?
Ostrich is a lovely lean meat, so it's like eating chicken fillet, but because it's a red meat, it's just like other red meats in that it's high in iron. While the meat's marinating, I'll combine the chickpea ingredients. It's very quick to make. I've got 3 cups of chickpeas, and I have some unsulfured dried apricot and some toasted pumpkin seeds, and I'm mixing everything together with some chopped up red pepper and spring onion for flavor and some extra vitamin C, and some toasted cumin seeds also add beautiful flavor. So the dressing is so simple. I'm adding some salt, plain lemon juice, plain olive oil, and I'll finish everything off with some chopped up parsley.
A splash of lemon, olive oil and seasoning completes the chickpea mix, and it's already looking absolutely delicious. Next, it's time to put the meat onto the skewers with pieces of onion in between, just to impart flavor from one to the other. Ostrich needs to be cooked carefully to ensure it retains its moisture and texture.
The skewers are done. I'm going to put them into the oven for about 20 minutes at 180 degrees. You can also fry them or grill them, so it doesn't have to be in the oven.
This dish is ideal as something different for dinner or as a relaxing weekend lunch. Plus, you get the benefit of knowing it's good for everyone in your family and gives them a healthy dose of iron.
There you go. These are just right. You really don't want to overcook ostrich because it can get dry very easily.
It smells great.
Okay, let's serve some. So there's the chickpea mix.
Try to include foods which can provide iron in your meals daily. It's cheaper than supplements and better for your body.
So Vicky, this dish is amazing because it provides more than half of a woman's daily iron requirement.
It's great. So making the right food choices is a wonderful way of preventing and treating anemia.
Nestle provides you with tastier and healthier everyday choices to enhance your quality of life. Nestle, good food, good life.